Hello, class. Here we are again. This time covering chapter 16. And for this week's discussion, we're asked, how can you apply organization behavior and show what you have learned? Um, so the first one being, how can you apply organizational behavior? I think that the way that you can apply organizational behavior, kind of like in a real life setting, would be kind of, you know, implementing, I guess, the actual behavioral changes into an actual design or organization or team. um, Obviously, I think when it means organizational behavior, it's kind of talking like about a broad topic. And for this, at least for this chapter, we did focus on adaptive change, innovative change, and radically innovative change. So I think these three behaviors are something that you could implement, whether it be into your company or your organization. An adaptive change is when something reintroduces a familiar practice, either in a different unit or in the same unit at a different point in time. So it's kind of more something that someone's gonna be familiar with something, and they kind of just make that adaptive change to bring in that familiar practice or tactic or whatnot. Um, the second one being innovative change. So this behavioral change is something where you introduce a practice that is new to an organization. So it is kind of like the middle point between like an actual adaptive change and a more radical innovation change. Innovative change is going to be when you bring something new, like a new product or a new type of design or a new type of kind of like marketing strategy. I do think that innovative change is kind of like the middle ground. The next one being radically innovative change, and this is going to be something that introduces something like completely new to an industry. So I think the example they gave for this one was like self-driving cars when it came to Uber or whatnot, Uber and Lyft. I think that if you do implement a radically innovative change, and you do apply it in real life to your company or organization, then you can be very successful, but it could also be your demise, because obviously you're going to be trying something completely new, so it can go either really well or really bad. um, and I think those are the three main changes that we covered this for, at least for this chapter. um, and then the other thing I want to talk about was the Lewin model of change. So you did have unfreezing, the first step being unfreezing, second step being changing, and the last step being refreezing. So when you do implement these three, I guess, changes in or at least when you apply them, I do think that you can be very successful as well. The first step is being unfreezing, where you kind of focus on motivation and change. The second step being changing. So you kind of you're in the process of learning what the change is about and what you're going to do differently. And then refreezing, which is kind of to support and reinforce a change. So I think in real life, if you do use this model, then you can be really effective and really successful as well. Um, Personally, I don't know if I'd ever use these, just because I'm not like a CEO or nothing. Um, but I do think that what we learned from this chapter, it is very helpful, at least from a organizational standpoint. You do kind of learn more, how everything works, how you would run something personally if you had something. But yeah, that's it for this week, and thank you for your time.